So good morning, all of you. Am I audible? Am I audible? Okay. So today we are going to discuss the algorithms for minimum spanning tree. Okay, we have discussed that what do we mean by spanning tree. Spanning tree is basically a subset of a graph. So for example, if you have been given this graph, which is a weighted graph and may or may not be a directed graph. So let us consider it's a weighted directed graph. Then spanning tree is a subset of a graph which connects all the vertices without any circuit or a loop. So you can see these all are a spanning tree for this given graph. Objective is to minimize weight. So you should select those edges which will actually effectively minimize the total weight of a entire spanning tree. And that's why it is called a minimum spanning tree. So today we are going to discuss two algorithms for that. First one is a Kruskal's algorithm. So basically there are two algorithms for minimum spanning tree. One approach is being given by Kruskal, and second is Scream's algorithm. So we will discuss both of these algorithms today. Okay, so let us discuss this Kruskal's approach first. Now what this algorithm does, the first step in the algorithm is to list out all the edges in ascending order of its weight. Ascending order of its weights means that you will sort all the edges. So first of all you need to find out what are the edges. So let's make a table for that. Okay. So you will first make a table of age and weight. So ideally you should write down the ages in sorted order. So first thing, the what is the lowest weight? So it is AB. So that is my first age with weight 2. Next is this 3, right? So BE. Okay. Then next 2, 3, 4. So AC. And then next 2, 3, 4. Then 6. So CD. Then similarly next is 8. So CE. And 10. BC is 10. Then this is 12. BB. Then you have this 15. BE. Right. So these are the edges in sorted order. So that is the first step in Kruskal's algorithm. So sort the edges in ascending order of its weight. Then you will keep on scanning all the edges. So that means you will run a simple for loop on these edges in sorted order. Initially you will assume that, so let's put it in this way, you have this sorted order, right? Initially you assume that none of the vertices are connected. So Control C, Control V. So it means that these are not connected, right? So this is my initial scenario. First step, all the vertices are not connected. Then you will scan each edge. So like next is AB, right? So AB has two endpoints, A and B. So these are the two endpoints of this edge, A and B. So we will simply select that edge. So it means that this edge is part of my spanning tree, right? So I will simply put this edge. Okay. So this is my step one. In step two, you have selected this edge, so this becomes something like this. Then next edge, BE. B and E. Are they connected? No, they are not connected. So that means you will select that edge also as a part of your spanning tree, right? So that means this is also part of my spanning tree. Yes. Next is AC. A and C, are they connected? Not connected. So that means this edge is also part of my spanning tree. Okay. Yes. Next is CD. C and D are connected. They are not connected. So that means
આવું આપણે સમજાવીએ તો એ લોકોને માનસિકતા એવી છે કે હું લઉં તો મારે હમણાં વેપાર તો એવું કરું મારે કેમ બીજા પૈસા બગાડું બરાબર મારે આવી પછી મારો માલ પડ્યો છે હવે ભારતીયમાં મળતું હોય તો જ મારે કરવું છે તો આપણે શું ચર્ચા કરવાનું તમારામાં તો તમારામાં તમે એમ કહો મારો ભાવ આવે તો આપો પણ તમે શું કરો તમારી ભાવ મળજામાં
yes, switch off your mic. Okay, so CD is not they are not connected, C and D, so it will simply put this edge is part of my spanning tree, right? So this is also part of my spanning tree. Yes. Then you have CE. Okay, C and E. Now you may say that C and E are not and E are actually connected. So that means whenever you are saying that are they connected or not, that doesn't mean a direct connection. If they are indirectly connected via some edges or a set of edges, then also it is said that they are connected. So that means this edge CE will not be part of my spanning tree. No. Next is BC. B and C. Again, same. They are directly not connected, but they are connected via A. So that's why this is not part of my spanning tree. Next is BD. Again, B and D, they are also connected. So no. Similarly, this is no. So this is Kruskal's approach, relatively very simple approach to understand when you put it on a graph. So initially you will assume that none of the vertices are connected. You will sort the edges in ascending order of a weight. Then you will scan each edge and check its endpoints. If two endpoints are connected, then you will ignore that edge. But if two endpoints are not connected, then that edge will be part of my spanning tree. So this is relatively simple example. Let's discuss one more example for Kruskal's approach. Okay, first let me show you the algorithm. Okay. So this is actually the algorithm for Kruskal's minimum spanning tree. What we are doing in the algorithm is you are giving as an input two parameter graph G and weight function W. Your graph is represented in form of adjacency list. So what you have is a G, capital G, that represents graph, and small w that represents the weight function. That means weight of all the edges. Initially, you assume that your uh, एक minute. Initially, you assume that your spanning tree is empty. So that's why you are writing A is equal to null. Then to identify whether two edges are connected or not, they are using a set as a data structure. So set means set of values where you can perform a union operation, interaction operation. So you must have studied this, right? Set theory. So there are two sets, then you perform union, intersections, difference, etc. So similarly, they are using a set operations to identify whether these two are connected or not. So what it means that initially all of them are representing a different set. So initially A is one set, B is another, E, C, D. They all are a different set. Then at every instance, whenever you are saying that you will select this edge, at that time you will perform the union of these two set. So that means now this becomes a single set. So similar approach is being used. So initially you make sure that each of the vertices, so you see for each vertex V belongs to V of G. Make set V means that you are creating a set for every vertex. Then next step is you sort the edges in non-decreasing order by weight. That means weight function is being given, sort the edges in increasing order. Then you have this for loop, simple for loop, where you are looking at endpoints of every edge. So that's what you are writing for each edge UV. UV means that U is one endpoint and V is another endpoint. So for each edge UV belongs to E. This capital E means that set, edge set. So for each set UV belongs to E in sorted order, you are checking what? Find out the set of U and set of V. And if they are different, that means that they are not connected. So you will perform the union of these two UV. At the same time, you will also add that edge UV to your solution. Your solution is initially empty. So at every true condition of this or at every match of this, what you will do, you will add the edge into that set, that spanning tree, and at the same time you will perform the union operation of set of U and V both, and finally you will return the minimum spanning tree. So this is Kruskal's approach. I think you will study this in detail in your algorithm subject. At this time you don't need to go into the detail of that, but what you need to understand is the approach, how it is being used, and I think approach is clear, right? So we'll discuss Prim's approach first, and then we'll discuss another example, and we'll solve it using both. So this was a Kruskal's approach. Now let us discuss what Prim's does, or Prim's approach. Remember, this Kruskal is the name of the person who have given this algorithm. Similarly, Prim is also name of the person or a scientist who have suggested this algorithm. Right? So they both are actually a scientist. Okay. So Prim's approach is actually different than Kruskal's approach relatively, and it is based on something like a distance. So what it does, it uses a priority queue as a data structure. So let me show you how it actually does. Initially it sets up a queue. So what it does basically, first it similar to that previous approach. Initially, we assume that they are not connected, right? Instead of sorting and edges, now it actually uses a queue as a data structure. And to be more precise, it uses a priority queue. So what is there inside a queue? Let me show you first. So that queue contains the key value for every vertex. So if there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 vertices are there. Okay. So you have A, B, C, D, E, right? Initially, you have one source vertex for which the key value is 0. So another difference between Prim's approach and Kruskal's approach is that in Prim's approach, you have to give one vertex as a source vertex. So this is basically my source vertex, right? Source vertex means this is the vertex from which I will start building my spanning tree, right? So this is another difference between Kruskal's approach and Prim's approach. In Kruskal's approach, you don't have a source vertex. In Prim's approach, you require a source vertex from where you will start your spanning tree build up. So initially what you will do, you will build this table, which is actually a priority queue. So this is priority queue. Priority queue means a special, I think you have studied queue, right? Queue means first in, first out. In case of priority queue, you have two type of queue. One is a mean priority queue, second is a max priority queue. Mean priority queue means that insertion operation is as per the regular queue operation, that is, however, whatever insertion is always at the end. But because it's a priority queue, it means that while removing the element from a queue, it considers priority as a base for removal. So if it's a mean priority queue, then out of all the values, the value with minimum or the element with minimum value will be removed, not in order of first in, first out, right? So it's not no more FIFO now. It's a queue, but it is not a FIFO. Instead of a first in, first out kind of a policy, you have a priority over here, which will be considered for the removal. So because this is a mean priority queue, it means that the value or the element with minimum key will be extracted, right? So this is just what type of data structure it uses for its operation. So what it does, it prepares or it initializes this queue. Remember, A is having key value 0 and all other vertices is having key value infinity. A is 0 because A is a source vertex. So initially it starts with, what it will do, it will remove an element from a queue. So obviously what will be removed from this queue in the next instance. So if I write queue as well, I should write it in some another way actually. Let me change the way we are actually mentioning the values. Okay. Right. It should be removed. So now let's understand this. What we are doing is this is my header row. So we have this column which we are keeping blank rise of now. This is my initial setup, right? You have 5 vertices in a queue with value 0, infinity, infinity, infinity. So this is my initial setup. Now I will extract minimum from a queue. What is the minimum? 0. So that means A will be extracted. Because A is extracted, my queue will become now B, C, D, E, right? So this is after extraction. Now what will happen? A is extracted. Whatever vertex is extracted, check its adjacent vertices. So what are the adjacent vertices of A? Adjacent vertices means that those vertices which are connected to A. So there are 2 vertices B and C. Next thing, check whether B and C are part of Q or not, right? Obviously they are part of Q. In that case, you will update the key value of B and C. So what you will do now? So this is my source vertex. A is extracted, update the key value. How you are updating the key value? If the current key value is less than the weight of age between those 2 endpoints. So for example, if I'm considering B, then current key value of B is infinity and weight of AB is 2. And because 2 is less than infinity, you will update the key value of B. And when you update the key value, you are making sure that now because B is updated via A, now that means B is connected to A. So that means now this is these two are connected, right? Similarly, what is next? Next is what is the next adjacent vertex of A is C. Check the current key value of C, it's infinity. What is the weight of AC? It's 4. 4 is less than infinity? Yes. So that means you will update the key value of C and you also make sure that C is connected to A through this edge, right? Anything else? No, no other vertices are connected to A. That means this key value will be unchanged. Okay. I hope you have understood what we have done in the loop. What we have done, we have first extracted the vertex based on the minimum value of current element inside the queue. Then we have checked all the vertices which are adjacent to extracted vertex. So there are 2 vertices B and C, they are connected to A. And then we have updated its key value if it is larger than the weight of age between A and B. So this is what we will be doing now. Again, you will extract one more element from a queue. So now again you will check the queue, which one is minimum. Remember now A is not a part of queue, it is already being extracted, right? So A is extracted, so that's why it is not part of queue. So now you have 4 elements B, C, D and E. So B, C, D and E, which one is minimum? B is minimum, right? So that means now my queue contains C, D and E. So now you will check the adjacent vertex of B. Okay. So how many adjacent vertex of B? A, C, D and E, right? First, A. A is not a part of Q. So you will ignore this. So no changes. Next is C. What is the weight of BC? Is 10. What is the current key value of C? Is 4. 4 is not greater than this. So that means you will not change its key value, right? And that also means that BC age is not part of my spanning tree, so it will not show here. Next is D. What is the key value of D? It's infinity. What is the weight of BD? Is 12. 12 is less than infinity. So that means this will be updated to 12. And that also means that this can be part of my spanning tree. I'm using can be because this is still not a minimum spanning tree, right? Next, BE. What is the key value of E? It's infinity. What is the weight of BE? Is 3. 3 is less than infinity. That means this will be changed to 3. And it also means that this and this are connected via 3. Okay. So this will be the situation after the second extraction, right? So now you have 4, 12 and 3 inside a queue. Again, you will repeat. You will extract next element. It's a minimum. So this is 4, this is 12 and this is 3. So what will be extracted? E will be extracted, right? And now my queue contains C and D. So E is extracted, right? Okay. E is extracted. What are the adjacent vertex of E? It's B, C and D. All these are adjacent vertex of E. So let's consider EB first, but B is not a part of Q. So you will not consider this age. In other words, you can say that it's already being considered, right? Next is E and C. So what is the current key value of C? It's 4. What is the weight of EC? It's 8. It means that 8 is not less than this. So that means this age will not be part of my spanning tree, minimum spanning tree, and I will keep C as it is. Next is E and D. What is the current weight of D? It's 12. What is the weight of ED? It's 15. 15 is not less than 12. So this will be unchanged. Right? So after this extraction, there will not be any change to this spanning tree. So this will be as it is. So let me show you this in some different colors, so that gives you idea of what it is. So in this case, A was extracted, then B was extracted, then next we have extracted E. Okay. Next will be, again you will see the queue. And when you will see the queue, there are two vertices, 4 and 12, or C and D. Minimum is 4, so you will extract C. Now B is the only vertex which are part of Q. Okay. So that means C is extracted now. Right. Check the adjacent vertex of C. Adjacent vertex of C are A, B, E, and D all. But out of all this, only D is inside a Q, right? You can see here. So you have to only look at this age. So what is the current weight of D? Sorry, current key value of D is 12. What is the weight of CD? Is 6. So that means 6 is less than 12. That means this should be updated to 6. And it also means that now D is connected via this, and not via this, right? Okay, so this is after extraction of C. Next you have inside a Q is D, so you will extract D, and because none of the vertices are inside a Q, your graph will remain unchanged. So obviously you can always just simply ignore that last step, but because it's a loop, you have to run it, whether or not you are doing anything at that particular case. Right, so this is, you can see this is my minimum spanning tree. So results you are getting in both the approaches, obviously it will be same. So whether it's a Kruskal's approach or a Prim's approach, the result will be same in both the cases, but the approach is quite different, right? In first case, there are differences between these two. First, Kruskal's approach uses a set as a data structure. Here priority queue is used. Second, Kruskal's doesn't require a source vertex. Here you have a source vertex which is given by initially, and then the approach is also different. In first case we are sorting the edges, here no sorting takes place. So these are the various differences. You can also write down more differences. The reason I am discussing this because you may be asked in the exam that what is the difference between these two approach, right? So you can write down more as well. But the important thing is you should understand the approach what we are doing. So any doubt till this point? Anything which you want to say that this is not being understood properly? Yes, any doubt? Okay, so let me show you one more example and let us solve it using both the approach Kruskal and Prim's algorithm. So let's say we have this graph is more kind of a dense graph and with more number of vertices. The vertices are connected in this way. Right, so Let's say these are the weight. So you may have same weight as well, so no need to get confused. Okay, so this is my graph which has this many vertices and edges. So let first use the Kruskal's approach. So I'm not going to write this table, okay, for time saving. Simply try to understand. Okay. Kruskal's approach initially assumes that none of the vertices are connected. You will sort the edges. So let's take the edges in sorted order only. So A and E, are they connected? No. You will simply connect it. So this edge will be part of my spanning tree, minimum spanning tree, right? Next is this 2, right? So you have G and F. G and F, are they connected? No, they are not connected. See, in exam you cannot show like this, right? You have to write down this entire, you have to make just copy and paste and show the next step, right? But here I'm not doing it. So something like this you have to do in the exam if it is being asked. Every step has to be clearly mentioned that what you have done. I'm not doing that way, right? Next is F and D, weight is 2. Are they connected? No, they are not connected. So you will simply consider that edge also as a part of my spanning tree. So this is 2. Next is 1, 2, then 3. A and B, are they connected? No, they are not connected. So 3. Next is 4. E and G. G and E, are they connected? No. So 4. Okay. Next is 5. E and D. E and D, are they connected? Not directly, but they are connected actually. So you will skip that edge. Next is 6. B and C. B and C, are they connected? No. So that means this edge will be part of my spanning tree. So 6. Okay. Next is this 7. E and C. C and E, are they connected? Yes, they are connected. So skip it. Next is 8. A and G, are they connected? Yes, they are connected. So skip. Next is 9. C and D, are they connected? C and D, yes, they are connected. Okay. So this is my minimum spanning tree using Kruskal's approach. You can just find out the total. It is 6 plus 3, 9, plus 1, 10, 14, 16, and 18. So the total weight of this minimum spanning tree is 18. Okay, this is using Kruskal's approach. Let's do it using Prim's approach. Okay, so let's do it here only. In Prim's approach, additionally you should have a Q. Note it down so that it gives you a clear idea about what is to be extracted next. So we use that Q. As well. So these are my vertices. You have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 vertex. that's it. A, B, C, D, F, and G. E value, let's again assume that A is my source vertex. So parent means that to which this vertex is connected. So because the initially none of them are connected, so you can write null. Okay. So this should be my initial setup when I am discussing a Prim's approach, right? So next A will be extracted. So A is extracted. Check the adjacent vertex. There are three, B, E, and G. What is its key value? It's infinity. So first of all, it's B. B will be changed to 3. Then E, it's infinity. So it will change to 1. And then G is also infinity. So it will change to 8. Right? So this is connected. Okay. And because they are connected through A, mention A, A, A. So that means the parent of B is A, parent of E is A, and parent of G is A. Okay. And now because A is extracted, so I have changed its color. So that will give you that what should be there inside a Q. Next, again you check the Q. So now A is no more a part of Q. Right? So next you check, there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 vertex. So 3, infinity, infinity, 1, infinity. Extract mean. So that means E will be extracted. Right? Again check the adjacent vertex of E. So A, G, F, D, C. A is already part of, it's not part of Q, so you will simply ignore this. Then next is G, right? What is the weight of G? Is, sorry, key of G is 8. What is the weight of EG? Is 4. 8 is greater than 4. So this will be changed to 4, and now my parent of G is E, not A. That means parent of G is E and not A. Right? So this is what should be done. Next, EF. EF. F is infinity. What is its weight? So यहाँ पे तो weight लिखा ही नहीं था हमने. Okay, whatever. Let's say it's 3. Right? So EF. F is infinity. Right now we have made it 3. So this will be changed to 3, and parent of F is nil. E, sorry. That means these two are connected. Next is D. D is infinity, and weight of ED is 5. So this is how they are connected. Okay. Next is C. C is also infinity, so this will be connected, and the weight will be changed to 7. So this will be the scenario after second vertex extraction. Next, this is 3, 7, 5, 3, and 4. So there are two value with 3. Anyone you can extract, right? Normally we go alphabetical, so let's extract B. So B is extracted, right? Check the adjacent vertex of B. There are only two, A and C. A is not part of Q, so what you are looking is at C. What is the current key of C? Is 7. What is the weight of BC? Is 6. So that means this should be changed to 6, and now my parent of C is B. That means parent of C is B. Okay. Next. So that's it. B has only two adjacent vertex, so that's over. Next, you have this Q, so you have 6, 5, 3, and 4. So next, what will be extracted is F. So F is extracted. F is extracted. Okay. So now check the adjacent vertex of F. There are three: G, E, and D. E is not a part of Q, so you will ignore it. What about FG? What is the current key of G? Is 4. What is the weight of FG? It's 2. So that means this should be changed to 2. And now my parent of G should be F. So parent of G should be F. Okay. And next is F is also connected to D. What is the weight of key of D? It's 5. What is the weight of FD? It's 2. So this should be changed to 2 and this should be changed to F. That means my D is connected to F. Right? So that means F is over. Next is in a queue you have 6, 2, 2. So you go alphabetical, you will extract D. So D is extracted. Check the adjacent vertex of D. There are 1, 2, and 3 adjacent vertex. You see this. F is not a part of Q, so ignore. E is also not a part of Q, so ignore. C is there in a Q. Check the key value of C. It's 6. What is the weight of CD? It's 9, so no change. Right? 6 is less than 9. What it means that C is already connected to this minimum spanning tree via some lower key value. So there is no need to consider this weight, which is higher than the current key of C. Right? So this will not be unchanged. Next, you have C with 6 and G with 2. So obviously this will be extracted. So G is extracted. Check the adjacent vertex of G. There are 3, A, E, and F, and all of them are not part of Q. Right? So no change. And then you have C only available. So you will extract that as well. So this is extracted. Right? So this will be my minimum spanning tree using Prim's approach. See, remember, the approach is different, but the result should be same. I think in the previous case, we have got this result because we have not mentioned the weight over here. It was forgotten. But actually, this should be the result if you consider this as a graph. Okay. So this is about Kruskal's approach and Prim's approach and minimum spanning tree. I hope these algorithms are clear. Okay. So that's it for today. I will take one more class in the next week to revise the entire syllabus, and there is one more topic which is actually shortest path algorithm, but we'll just discuss 5 or 10 minutes on that algorithm and we'll discuss or revise the entire syllabus in the next class. Thank you all.